Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Medieval TrueNut, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War, where the small little fledgling Danish Empire is getting into, well, some interesting risky opportunities going on here. We've just taken over Antwerp and renamed it Peasantville in honour of the wonderful, wonderful peasants who somehow stood up to Sergeant Spearmen and actually, won twice. I've no idea how they did that. Mathematics shouldn't happen. I guess what happened was they were lined up right outside the gate, and because, the Sergeant Spearmen therefore had to come through the gate in, a narrow column, therefore the peasants, had them surrounded, so therefore, the way the animations work, because people are literally fighting each other, because it was two peasants on one Sergeant Spearman at a time, possibly, therefore, the peasants had a bit more of an advantage than usual, I don't know. But, that fight in Peasantville, it left us bloody dear oh dear. Yeah, the day was carried by infantry, but our infantry is looking battered. We need to send some of it home for retraining, including the peasants. The peasants who picked up 2 experience, they flipping deserve retraining, damn it. So, we're going to send a few people home with Admiral John there, back to Hamburg in order to have them retrained, because, yeah, right now they're not going to be that much use to us. So, you three, back on the boats with ya. Admiral John, take them home, get them retrained. Admiral John should be safe, because, yeah, the big pirate fleet is over here for the time being, so that should be fine. Because, yeah, right now we do not have enough leftover forces to go straight on to Bruges. That's just not gonna fly at all. So, we may go and take them. To be honest, well, the French could try, the English could try. For the most part, I don't know what's going on over here, because there's a little town over here that might have been... Oh, hasn't been taken yet. Interesting. Yeah, because I don't have eyes and it might be under siege right now. I can't see that. So, probably someone's going for that sooner or later. Generally, that one gets taken pretty early. And we also have down here, of course, the Crusading Army has nearly made its way to Cairo, where large stone walls and a not insignificant garrison, and bear in mind what we saw Antwerp last turn. Oh yes, walls provide ridiculous advantages in this game, so we'll have to see about that, because that could be a tough old fight. Right, onwards. I think this turn we've already done most of our actions, because it's the same turn we took Antwerp, and we've already spent all of our money, so probably straight on to the next. Ah yes, we've got to get flipping Bolster Herman needs to get home. I really, really hope, I'm just going to move him one more step up. I really, really hope at some point, these guys, the Polish, decide to take out this bloody group of rebels, because otherwise, I'm not sure how we're going to get flipping Bolster Herman home. No major moves from the Holy Roman Empire by the looks of things. Few armies bumming about, but not doing anything major. Yep, all seems pretty peaceful this turn. More forces coming out. Ah, that works for me. For some reason, the Egyptians are sending troops elsewhere, not here. Good, 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 good. And the Poles are indeed finally going to clear the bloody bridge. Well done, thank you, Poles. Right, clear them out. And they're going to be, yep, defeated immediately. Good, that means we should be able to now make our way home. And we've got a candidate for adoption here. And damn good one, actually. Good old Magnus Skotkonung, yeah. Really damn good. Confident attacker, siege expert, always welcome. Skilled bureaucrat, nice. There's not that many traits in this game that give you benefits to the amount of money you're generating, so that's a really nice one to have. Marks of war, so in other words, yeah, if he ever ends up being factionaire and then faction leader, he's in good shape. +2 to generous hit points is welcome. Promising commander. Very loyal is great. He's got some chivalry built straight in. So, wherever we put this guy, straight away, that place is going to get plus 1.5% growth rate. Yeah, very welcome on board you. Lovely. And the first windmill has apparently been built as well. Good, good, good. Strongest factions, the Holy Roman Empire. Boo! Right, Admiral John, drop off the troops around here, get them back to Hamburg next time. Lovely. And you get in port. I think I saw the pirates heading in this direction. And indeed, Magnus straight away has actually taken over the running of our house, because he actually does a better job at it than the faction leader. I think that was different in Rome, actually. I think, in Rome, unless I'm misremembering, the factionaire or the faction leader, if they were present, would always be the ones... No, it was the one with the highest management that would manage a city. But a faction leader or a factionaire, I believe, would always command an army, even if they didn't have the highest command stat. Yes, I think that's correct. So probably, Magnus, you are actually well placed to be here in our house. That's probably not a bad thing at all, because, yeah, you'll get our house growing pretty... Yeah, population growth has just jumped to +4, which is absolutely magnificently good news, because this place we want to be growing, because this is going to be a real economic centre of our empire. So if we go over to the settlement details right now, the growth rate is, 1.5% of that is the governor's influence. People like being managed by a chivalrous bloke. And also, because trade's going up, that's impacting population growth too. So this place going to start growing very, very quickly. Nice little virtuous circle's going to start kicking off here. Now, in which case, the faction leader, King Canoodle, you may as well head down to Hamburg, because I think you've got some other benefits to you as well, don't you? Not much. I was hoping you'd have something that would help with unit training costs. Yes! Yes, he does. Good. He's got a mercenary captain. So, if I move him to Hamburg, 10% discount on unit training costs, that will be useful there. So, we'll move you down here for the time being. Lovely. So, that will help, yeah, with the retraining business. And right there, you can see it straight away. The units are now cheaper than they used to be. Now, unfortunately, I now need the Polish people to move out of the way of the bridge, because Boleslaw cannot actually get over the bridge at the moment, because, oh, bloody. Right, if I move him onto the bridge, they'll probably move the long way round to get somewhere else, and then finally, Boleslaw will be able to make it home. So I'm going to have him stand right on the bridge here. And the Poles will hopefully find a different one. Oh, it's your king! Your really, really chivalrous king! You've got a great king, albeit he's 52, so he's not necessarily going to be around for that much longer. Quickly just revisit the family tree as well. Yes, indeed! Right now, Prince Charles, 31, has indeed adopted 2 people in their mid-20s. I just feel like these are his drinking buddies. Like, this is what he's doing. He doesn't want to get married. He just wants to go out and get hammered at the weekends. So basically all he's doing is he's just basically adopting all his drinking buddies into the family as candidates for adoption. He clearly doesn't want to get married. He really needs to hurry up and get married, by the way. Come on. I mean, bloody hell, Boleslaw Herman works... Wait. Boleslaw Herman works suspiciously fast. Apparently, they've already had a child. Didn't they only get married 6 months ago? Boleslaw, you rogue, or possibly Ingrid, you harlot. And I'm trying to remember when they got married. Maybe it was 2 turns ago. If it was 2 turns ago, then that's fine, because that means, yes, indeed, wife is fair increases the chance of having children. Yes, Boleslaw just could not flipping wait. They've already got a kid out. Marvellous. And it's a male. So, this is promising. This is why you want fair wives within your own family, because you want to make sure everyone has the maximum amount of children, which is capped at 4, I believe. So the king has no way of adopting any more candidates into his family, because he's got his 4 children, and of course we've converted the princess into a prince through marriage, and we've got in just, 4 more turns, we've got Cecile coming in as a new princess as well. Keep an eye out for that. So at this point, Prince Charles can have another 2 children, although if he adopts another 2 people into the family, even if he gets married, they will never have a child together, whereas Boleslaw over here will start having children, and should start getting them out pretty quickly, because he's got a beautiful wife. Now, we've got a big pile of money here, which is always welcome. Stockholm, I don't think you actually really need anything, to be honest, but we'll come back to you potentially later. Oslo is in good shape. Marvellous. We'll give you guys a port. A port is always flipping welcome, like, you know. The impact right now is very, very small. In fact, actually, so small, we shouldn't prioritise that. We should focus on getting these guys up to 6,000 as quickly as possible. So, ooh... the growth rate around here is pretty damn low. Right. Keep piling in the farming. We need that as soon as possible. Because, yeah, as soon as this place gets up to a minor city and thus can have a proper little kind of trade fleet, the better. Now, down to the important business of the day, we have indeed got the Crusade. Back in the fleet over here, and of course we can make much faster progress like that. Round here, watch out for... there we are. That's what I was worried about right there. This is why I've been skipping my units along and kind of always making sure they hit shore, because the Egyptians have fleets, and that is, yeah, that is going to be a way more powerful fleet than mine with 3 ships in it, and probably at least one of the level 2 ships in there. Yeah, look at that. That's got a little bit of strength to it. So that's why I basically always keep my troops in land, because my ship is basically going to get sunk immediately, which is just unfortunate, but there's not much I can do about that. Now, what's going to be the best way to make it to Cairo? Cairo, interestingly, doesn't actually have roads going north. That's interesting. Right, probably we'll set you ashore right here, and you can do the rest on... yeah, there's Alexandria. Right, we found Alexandria. Lovely. So, the thing is, we could actually sack this city on the way past. It's risky because, well, this area is, as you can see, extremely bloody Islamic. And in fact, it's literally 0% Catholic. So while I could sack this place on the way past, it's just going to leave me with an extra city that's very, very Islamic and not at all Catholic, which is honestly more trouble than it's worth. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to step around the outside of Alexandria and make straight for Cairo. We'll come back for Alexandria later. So in we come. Just check for what mercenaries we've got available. We have got Sudanese tribesmen. Actually, they're not bad, to be honest. Attack 13 is pretty damn good. We might well pick up one of them before the fight begins if we feel like we need it. Also, I would like to apologise for my historical inaccuracy. These Turks are not Ottoman Turks. It's too early in history for Ottoman Turks. These are, in fact, the Seljuk Turks. So I'm very sorry about that. I was incorrect. Also, good news up north. We've actually got a whole bunch of rebel armies floating around. One kind of smallish rebel army right here in Russian territory, and kind of blocking the road up to Helsinki, which works for me as far as I'm concerned, we've actually got a rebel general up here, which is marvellous. How good's your bodyguard? It is just... Oh! It's basically, yeah, Hussars. That's nice. So not exactly kind of, you know, proper charging Imperial Knights or anything, but still pretty damn solid. So I'm kind of hoping that will at some point draw off the Russians, and they can go and try and deal with the rebels instead. That would be very, very nice indeed. Right, Stockholm, we've got some money burning a hole in our pocket. Go on then, have a brothel, why not? And that leaves only one small skirmish to be had, and if I'm lucky, we might get yet another general out of this. This little rebel force needs to be taken out by this here captain. So head over here. Yep, he's willing to do that. Marvellous. So we're taking on peasants and town militia. Nothing major. Armoured sergeants are the only things worth worrying about, but we should be able to hack our way through them just with the dismounted Hussars. So, should be nice and simple here. Let's just get in and finish these guys off. You guys, head over this side. You two, you're going to be my main front line here. Round here. You are firing at will, right? Yep, you're firing at will. Skirmish mode can be off. Don't bother with the flaming arrows. Have you guys round here ready to... Which side is that? Ah, that side's the armoured sergeants. You actually head round here onto this side, please. Yep, my archers are now firing. Lovely. I'd like them to fire on the armoured sergeants. Yep, because they are definitely the more interesting targets. And fire upon. And please don't shoot my own people as they're running past. Probably I'm going to take some knocks to my flipping Hussars at this point, as they are literally kind of running in front of the archers while they're firing, which is a terrible idea, but never mind. These guys are now... vaguely repositioning, which I'm fine with, because if they want to reposition like that, that basically just gives my archers a shot into their flank, which works for me. So indeed, just fire straight over to the side of them. That'll do some good work. What are they trying to do at this point? Yeah, they're trying to front up to these guys by the looks of things. These guys have already taken some casualties, so in which case now these guys are heading over to here. Yep, this works, because now if I just basically charge forward into these guys, my archers will have a good shot at the rest of them. Peasants can then basically, yeah, you guys go into here. You guys, peasants into peasants, I guess. Go on, peasants. My peasants are better armed. Peasant on peasant violence, yes! But my peasants actually have some nice flipping armour, and these guys don't. And I can actually shoot over the top into the back of these guys. So these armoured sergeants will, yeah, they'll collapse really, really damn quickly, because they're now being shot in the side while they're taking on someone else. So if we just head over here, take you guys on, lovely. Something's already broken over there, probably the... Is it the peasants? No, both of them are broken. Beautiful. So in which case, I will have my peasants chase down the town militia. I'm going to have my Viking raiders come around the side here. Oh, you've actually recovered. You see, things recover really, really well in this game. Right, you guys, charge into them. You know what? You just get a nice little shot into the back of these guys. Make sure they don't come back in a hurry. So just shoot them, please. Lovely. Because, yeah, that'll do some good work. They've recovered as well. But at this point, they're already wavering. And they're taking a few shots from having been shot in the back. Good. That was the enemy general. Not us. Marvellous. Right. Dismounted Hussars are now here. Round to the side of you. Round to the side of you. You. Job done. Nice and simple. 60 men lost. Nice and easy. And if we're very lucky... Come on. Nope, we did not get ourselves a general. We've got a fair few generals at this point. Like, at this point, we've got... How many cities have we got? We've got 4 down here, 3... No, sorry, another 4 at there. So we've got 8 total, soon to be 9. And I think we've got, like... No, only 5. Okay, so I was a bit unlucky there. I could have spawned a new captain there. And you, my friend, can totally join up. You are Bolslaw's new honour guards, which includes peasants. Because apparently don't underestimate peasants, because peasants are apparently flipping beast tier in this game. And you know what, Stettin? You get a brothel too. Everybody gets a brothel. Ah, yes, and Peasantville, of course, needs upgrades as well. Obviously, we need to be massively focusing on growth here as quickly as possible. So, land clearance over here. Let's get this place growing, because we want this place to be a city as soon as possible. So it needs another 3,000 population. Because once we've got Peasantville and Aarhus, and indeed Oslo too, as actual minor cities, with ports and actual merchant wharves and trade fleets, then, finally, the economy will start looking in slightly better shape. Also, I'm going to take the spy that was spying on Poland. I'm going to move them over here towards France. I feel like keeping an eye on like this sort of area, keeping an eye on what France and England are doing, that's probably going to be for the better. Though admittedly, once I take Bruges, if I can get it myself, then yeah, having flipping watchtowers like right here, right here, right here, that will be very, very useful too, because Bruges is an excellent little intelligence outpost. You can see a lot of stuff with watchtowers based there. Still, Prince Charles, nothing more you can do there, and I think next turn you will actually get to Cairo. Well flipping done. I think no one else even joined this crusade, by the way. You will see that on occasion, like, in the mid-game, like, a few people basically jump on the crusade. But, like, especially if that happens to be just, like, a crusade that's pretty early on in the game, very often you will just find that the AI just basically says, nah, I can't be bothered. It's fine. We won't bother with this whole crusade business, and you can be the only one who goes in it, which is lucky. But yeah, once we get into crusades in the later game, that often isn't the case. Very often a lot of people will join them. Also, this is nice, the Pope has actually expanded for once. No one else went for Florence, so as a result, the Papal States have actually expanded. They no longer just own Rome, they have actually gone up here and taken Florence as well. The Papal States can totally do it in this game, unlike the Senate in Rome Total War, which will basically never expand. The Papal States in Medieval 2 totally 100% will, so they've gone and taken Florence. I have seen them in the past go over here and like take Sardinia and stuff as well. So it is possible that the Papal States will actually form a small little empire, which is cool. Now, if we are lucky, at this point, the King of the Poles will now head south, getting out of the way, and finally we can get our bloke back into flipping Danish territory. French forces moving around, some big forces moving, possibly still want to take a couple of rebel castles in that area. Imperial princesses bumming about too, nothing major. No major moves from the Imperials by the looks of things. Ah, yes indeed, as I expected, those rebels have drawn the attention of the Russians. And they... I think the Russian king possibly just got his arse handed to him by some flipping rebels there. Well done. I think the Egyptians have realised what's coming. They've started to throw... Yep, more troops incoming. And yes, indeed, as I hoped he would, he has decided to pathfind down towards the south. Lovely. And was that a... Ooh. Don't you see rebels around Rome? Was that a... What was that? No, that wasn't rebel. That was indeed a Milan merchant. Why did the rebel screen flick over to Rome? That's interesting. Now, diplomatic information. What's going on here? Ooh. Okay. What the... Okay. These Moors, they are doing marvellous things. They are doing such marvellous things right now for Islamic-Christian relations. This is a beautiful multicultural utopia being created in this game of Medieval 2 Total War. So the Moors have managed to make friends with Spain, and now the Pope himself has declared himself an ally of the Moors. That's one way to avoid a crusade. But yes, indeed, more interestingly, the Byzantines have attacked Venice. We have got our first war against flipping Catholics. Okay, this is interesting. Now, where is that war kicked off exactly? It might be just a sea engagement, because, yeah, I would have expected it to potentially be this city over here, or rather this castle, being under siege, but it's not. This place isn't under siege either. Are you trying to take Crete? No. So in which case, yeah, what was the flashpoint for this? Interesting. Right, end of turn report, and... Ooh, a traitor to our people. Oh, dear. Who's a traitor? Oh, dear. Right. So we indeed do have our first instance of somebody betraying us, which does happen if your king doesn't have the authority, or you send a small force out that doesn't have a commander. Because the thing is, I didn't realise that place wasn't going to have a commander, because I thought it was going to pick up a general by winning this fight over here. And now, fortunately, it is a little bit on the smaller sides. And, would you believe, our extremely competent new general right here, good old Boleslaw Herman, I think he's flipping ready to go. I think this might just work for him, because I think it would be nice for him to get a chance to stretch his legs. Alright, 250 men. What exactly have you decided to... Oh dear. Viking raiders and peasants, you say? You absolutely 100%... Alright, fine. You want to do this? I'm willing to do this. Boleslaw Herman, let's do it. Nice, big, flat, open space. Let's just get ourselves, yep, nice and flat and stretched out here. So, begin the battle, and you are... Oh, you decided to be right over there, you annoying bastards. Fine. You see this? This is where we get to see the power of a proper lance charge here. So, Viking raiders right at the front. You know what? Fine. Let's flipping do this, guys. Forward, right into them, please. Lovely. So everyone forward. Let's just get their view of it. Let's be right here. So, Viking raiders, down we go into the ground. Yep, bring it on, guys. Bring it the flip on. In we go. Huge numbers of them immediately get surrounded. There we are, down to, I think they've lost about, what, half their strength? And I think I've lost one of mine. And now, we just back out. Yeah, they're down from, what was it, about 140 or something, down to like 76. The peasants are trying to countercharge. Well done. I think we have indeed lost like one guy. So now we just redraw up here. Marvellous. I think, yep, another person down here died. That's fine. And now, because they're not quite so wide, we can probably be slightly deeper. In fact, we can probably be about 3 deep here. So redraw up into that position, please. And then straight down here. And these guys are not nothing. These guys have a defense of about 9. And I can just charge into them and basically instantly wipe out half their strength. Then just back out and do it again. So now we're just straight back in again, and because we've got a nice long charge, like, cavalry in this game were ridiculous if they had the big, long, wind-up charge. But during a big battle, of course, they didn't so much, so down come the lancers again. This time, let's get the head-on view, and boom, 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 and they are straight down too. You know, respectably, they're not, there we are, no, I was about to say respectably, they're not breaking, but no, they are, so that's fine. Now, back we go. And now we just need to kill the bloody peasants. That time we didn't even take a single loss, and in fact this guy is now up to 2 experience. I can't remember how much he started with, but it is nice to see he's getting a bit of extra experience. Run over here, and then just thunder down the hill at these peasants, and they will probably break pretty much immediately. I say that, I've learned to my detriment, peasants are in fact ridiculously strong, so maybe not. Right, remember, get them drawn up, get them facing the right way, let them get into position. And now, once they're nicely drawn up, now charge them forward. Because if you don't let them get properly drawn up, positioned, get a good run up, there's a good chance they won't put their lancers down. So, lads, there we are. Lancers down. In we come. Peasants! You are not doing so hot at this point. And the enemy general has been killed. That should be the end of it. Yep, job flipping done. Marvellous. So 2 men lost to 197 lost. Just from, what was that, 3 cavalry charges and victory. Like, cavalry are so ridiculously strong in this game, but I like the fact that it's basically only because their charges take so long and the exact right perfect conditions to pull off. It was such a nice way of taking cavalry, making them still ridiculously god tier, just like they were in Rome Total War, but actually balancing it. So many of the easy exploits from Rome are just gone. I love the battles in Medieval 2, they're beautiful. So, he goes down, and I've picked up a whole bunch of traits from that. Good. What have we got here? He feels unappreciated. That's a bit harsh. He's also got winning first, +1 dread, and aspiring commander +2 command. So, he's possibly got a little bit on the dread side there. That's fine, we'll fix that in time. Let's also just quickly throw up a watchtower there. And now I'd like to, move him to here. Build another watchtower. Lovely. And then we'll move him to here and build another watchtower. So now we've actually got, conveniently, some really nice visibility around the outskirts of the Empire. So if the Poles ever do decide to betray us, we'll see it coming. I like how the moment he goes even slightly dreadful, then as a result, like, his voice immediately goes into gravelly, shouty, evil voice. But if he just picks up, like, 2 points of chivalry from, like, you know, fair in rule somewhere, he'll go straight over to a much nicer voice. Their voices do change, it's quite funny. But yeah, he's now flipping up to 7 out of 10 on command. He's damn good. Now, we've got a big pile of money sitting on here. Oh, this is nice, yeah. The economy's starting to get somewhere now. Though, admittedly, when I say the economy's getting somewhere, really, the reason the economy's getting somewhere is just because we're not actually paying for our biggest army right now. That's about to change, so that'll be a bit of a shock to the economy when it happens. And just keep throwing down those farming upgrades. The early game, it's all about the growth. You want to be growing as often and as quickly as possible. Though, actually, on this one occasion, I'm actually going to get rid of that because it's too expensive, because what I would like to do, while Helsinki's got nothing better to do, is I want to get a proper castle up here. I will go for a proper castle up here because that will just dissuade the Russians from doing anything stupid, because a castle is tough to break. Now, the Crusade and Cairo. This is where things get interesting. Of course, you can also see around here, there's a lot of interesting stuff here. Sugar. Cotton. That's spices over there. Yes, spices. More sugar, dyes, and is that just trees or is that... No, that's just trees. That's just some trees, it's fine. Basically, there's a lot of trade resources around here that are very, very rare. The basic rule in this game is the further away from, like, your capital the trade resource is, the more valuable it is. So basically, if I can just get some good merchants around here, actually, that's going to be ridiculously good. And my merchants are getting somewhere, damn it. Like, this guy up here, Toke, is up to flipping 6 out of 10. He's now generating 117 florins a turn. He can just snipe off merchants. If a merchant comes, like, anywhere near him, he will just take that merchant out, and that'll be worth, like, 500 florins plus in one go. That is nice to have in this game when money is a little bit on the rare side. Speaking of which, this guy's actually getting good as well. He's up to flipping 5 out of 10 already because he's picked up the Capitalist trait, which is marvellous. So he's making 67 right now, but he could make more elsewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him around and try and find, yeah, where exactly is that other merchant? Because we know an Imperial merchant made it up here. Question is, where is he now? But yes, back to the crusade itself. Now, we've got ourselves in here. We've got good visibility now. So, we've got a family member in there. That's fine. Our first chance to see an actual Egyptian bodyguard. It's cool. It's properly thick armoured cavalry. It looks really, really cool indeed. So, we've also got in there 2 bunch of basically, like, Sergeant Spearmen, but the Egyptian variants, and some cavalry archers. Nothing too major. Nice place to have. This place has actually got a proper merchant's wharf, but I believe it is... is that part of the... No, I think it's a merchant's wharf that's... You don't have access to the sea, do you? I don't think you do. I think it's... Their fishing village is presumably... Where is their fishing village? I don't flipping know. I don't think they've got access to the sea, because I think Alexandria's like up to here, then it goes straight into Gaza. But maybe they do have access to the sea, I'm generally not sure. Like, that's definitely not the Cairo region, that's Gaza's. And by the way, I should go and blockade that, because I was told to do that by my own nobles, who promised me, I can't remember, something, but I'll... Oh dear! I'm about to get completely shanked by a couple of Egyptian boats, aren't I? Yes. Yes, I am. Right, never mind. Still, that does give me visibility around here. And yeah, definitely. The fishing village must be somewhere around here I just haven't seen yet. So yeah, just like in Rome 1, unfortunately, yeah. Some of the cities, like, around here, instead, their fishing villages are, like, on this crappy little bit of the Red Sea. Which unfortunately means, yeah, it doesn't really get you much benefit because there's not that many people to trade with around there. I guess there's some benefit to it, just not a huge amount. Alexandria, however, is ridiculously valuable. And yeah, we'll totally be going back for that later. So, not a huge amount in Cairo itself. We could probably take that without too much trouble. The bigger force is actually outside here on the field. Now that raises the interesting question. If we simply attacked that force, would the force in Cairo come out to reinforce, and could we basically shatter that army without having to bother taking them on the ridiculously large walls of Cairo itself? Because if we could do that, that'd be magnificent. So let's give that a go. Head in here, attack you, and if we're lucky... you will actually agree to fight. So, go for an attack. I believe we've actually made it up to... Yep, relations improved. That'll be with the Papal States, because my Crusading Army has actually made it up to a Crusading city. Let's see what you do. You willing to... Nope. He backs off. Okay. So if he backs off, does that mean I'm able to begin the siege now? Yes. Yes, I can. So the siege begins immediately. Now, this person over here, he can't get to me this turn, but that's a small force anyway. This force over here is... Oh! Okay, not much of a reinforcing army, to be honest. Not much of a reinforcing army at all. Fine, so, relations improved with the Papal States, and relations worsened with Egypt. Would you believe Egypt are not keen on this whole situation? Fine. So, all we've got to do, really, is break our way past, yeah, 2 groups of your Sergeant Spearmen, and then cut our way through a whole bunch of cavalry. Now, we've got the troops for that. We've got our whole bunch of Crusader Sergeants, who are actually pretty damn good, and especially good, of course, at taking on cavalry. So, as we've got such a big army here, we've got a load of flipping build points. So, in this case, let's actually build ourselves some nice siege towers. Loads of them, in fact. So, also getting ourselves... oh, apparently we can't afford a ram. Do I want a ram? I don't think we need a ram, or possibly I could go for 1 ram and then some ladders. Because, yeah, you're actually allowed ladders on large stone walls in this game, which is nice. So, I would say 3 towers, some supporting ladders, and a ram. All that can be done in 1 turn. That's pretty solid, I would say. So, potentially, yeah, even if these guys decide to move in to try and reinforce the city by just standing nearby, these guys, because they're siege equipment, they'll be so slow, I can just pick them off with cavalry as they enter the field. So, that's not to be worried about. Over here, feels like a small force. I'm not sure I can get to the city in time anyway. Whatever's over here, they could send reinforcements, but I'm not sure they can get here in time. There's no flipping road, so we'll have to see about that. We might just be in good shape here. Also, worth considering, the next crusade might theoretically actually be against the flipping Byzantines, given, yeah, they've actually made the mistake of attacking a Catholic faction, which is very, very interesting indeed. Actually, I'm not sure that can that... Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it can happen, because I'm sure, like, one of the potential options that I have seen in the past for, like, targets you can ask the Pope to have a crusade against is one of the Russian territories. So, like, the guys who are the Orthodox, it's totally fine for a crusade against them. So, a crusade against Constantinople. That might be fun in future. Still, I think that's all we can do this turn. Let's see what anyone else has in mind. Probably the Moors are going to set up the UN and declare world peace. Oh yes, sorry, I forgot about the troops need to move into Hamburg. Right, they'll move in, we'll fix them next turn. Imperial Princess coming up to Bolslaw Hermann. They're a bit late for that, unfortunately. He's already happily married to a very, very attractive woman who we just can't get enough of, in fact. The Russians are now basically skirting around the outside of the rebels because they know they can't take them on. That's embarrassing. The Egyptians are... okay. Time to figure out what the Egyptians are doing next. Are we going to have a battle? Nope. No, we are not. Okay. It probably won't be too difficult to take on Cairo in that case. Looks like no reinforcements are coming to help out. And Poland are just... where are Poland bloody going? I've no bloody clue. And just as I was hoping for, we have picked up a Merchants Guild for us. It's the first guild we've seen in the game. Guilds are buildings you cannot choose to build. What happens with guilds instead is basically the guild decides it wants to move into your town, and then you decide whether you want to actually pay for it, which can be a little bit embarrassing if you don't have the money, but because it comes up at the beginning of the term, there's a very good chance you will have the money. So basically, always say yes. Merchants Guilds especially are great. It's probably going to be the one you see first, you see most often. Merchants Guild basically show up in towns where there's lots of merchant infrastructure. So I've built our house a port and the merchant's wharf, and I've, there's a trade fleet, and in general I've built, I think I've got like a market. I can't remember if I've got them up to Fairground. I think they're at market right now. So as a result, Merchants Guild saying, hey, our house is a great merchanty settlement. So as a result, we would like to potentially put a Merchants Guild here. And I'm going to say, yes, that's exactly what I want them to do. You'll often find you've got a few Merchants Guilds dotted around your empire. I think it is easily the most common one you will run into. And of course, it does boost trade, which is better and flipping better. It can upgrade over time as well, and yeah, go some interesting places. We'll touch on guilds more as more of them start showing up. So anyway, I will say yes to that. Relations have been worsened with the... ooh. Okay, apparently the Byzantine Empire hates me. Well, that's flipping harsh. I haven't done anything to them. There's an Egyptian diplomat here as well, though honestly I feel like it's not really worth the trouble of speaking to him. I feel like they're not interested in talking right now. Ah, but we have finally found a Turkish army. Lovely. Guys, I would like to offer you trade rights and map information, diddly diddly dee. Marvellous, they're up for that. Good, good, good. What would you feel about... and apparently an alliance would be generous. Let's not ally with these guys, not just yet anyway. So there is a very, very big Turkish army right here. I feel like that army's totally going to be pointed at the Byzantines at some point. And looks like I will just have the opportunity, indeed, to blockade this port. Now, if I can just keep the blockade up to the end of the turn, then yes, indeed, my merchants will be thrilled with me. But I strongly suspect that won't actually happen, because this larger force here will now probably just go and smash my poor little fleet. Poor old Admiral Grimm. You did well. You did well, Admiral Grimm, the best named of all admirals. After Admiral, there's only 2 admirals, aren't they? Okay, fine. You are literally the worst named admiral in the fleet. Sorry. And huge amount of stuff has just indeed been created, including... oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Our house. Our house is doing very, very nicely now. Up to flipping almost 800 in trade. At this point, yeah, trade, in the not just in the future, will overtake taxes and is already well ahead of the flipping farming income. Great. Now, what's the best way to get that up? We could have our first paved roads in the Empire. That's starting to do some very, very good work there. Alternatively, there's a shipwright, which has a small impact, but not a huge one. Because, yeah, shipwrights is now about the type of boat you can build more than anything else. Like, you can see it does provide a small increase in tradable goods, but the impact is very, very minor, all things considered. So, yeah, like, you're much better building anything else first. The Naval Academy, that's fun. Yeah, unique to, I believe, Denmark and the UK. For naval recruitment cost down 10% and experience bonus, but only with cannons. Intriguing. You know what? Let's get some paved roads going on there. Moving around the Empire fast and never hurts. Plus, yes, that's a nice big increase in trade income. Back in Hamburg, we can retrain things nice and cheap. You massive hero peasants. You guys get retrained. Also, we're going to give them a little parade in their honour. Through the streets of Hamburg, we're going to have a parade for these peasants. Sadly, their experience will almost certainly be diluted away to nothing by the retraining, but never mind, it's still nice. Ah, yes, and the other nice thing about a Merchants Guild is it does actually enable the training of merchant cavalry militia. So actually, this is one of the few ways that cities can actually train cavalry. They're not very good cavalry, as you can see there. They've got some nice solid defense, but the attack only 6, charge bonus only 2, because they don't have lances, they've only got crap little swords. They're okay, but honestly, they can't do the job properly. You shouldn't consider these proper cavalry. They're almost more like scouts, to be honest. In fact, they don't even have the advantage of fast moving. Like, they're kind of the worst of both worlds. They don't have the fast movement of light cavalry that comes out of my castles, and they don't have the big meaty charge of the heavy cavalry that comes out of the castles either. And now we do indeed have a shared problem at Stockholm and Stettin, which is they don't really have anything worth building there, but they're still quite worth 2,000. So I'm just going to slightly lower their tax rates to hurry up the building there. Yeah, this happens a lot in Medieval too. You would often find yourself in a situation where, especially towns until they became large towns, there was a bit of a slow grind between like 1,500 and 2,000 population, which just wasn't much you could do about. Like, in theory, I can actually move this guy down to speed it up slightly, which would be nice. But in all fairness, Stettin's not really that important. It would be alright to send him up to Stockholm, to be honest, to speed them up a little bit, because I could get them up to like plus 6%. I don't know where the pirates are right now. Once I've established where the pirates are again, I might actually send Magnus, my new guy who's got some lovely chivalry on him, up to Stockholm just to help out with that. Plus, it would be nice if we could also lay some towers around so we've got some better visibility. Yeah, that would be fun to do, actually, yes. In fact, you know what? We can actually do that sooner rather... I found the pirates! Oh, right, yeah, we found the pirates. So, Admiral Bjorn, I'm afraid you're going to be in trouble very, very soon indeed. Sorry. Let's just back off slightly here. Yep. Back off slightly. We need these pirates. Hopefully these pirates will just naff off over here and not attack. They'll probably attack me. That's a shame. Right, over to the Crusade, which I believe we can actually wrap up now. Yes. Also, apparently my military ranking has dropped to 5th. Blimey, what's going on here? Actually, that's weird. I'm not seeing that there at all, because that's me right here. Yeah, it looks like I'm still number 1. That's weird. I mean, I can see how I'm not so great on production. And in terms of faction ranking and territorial, I'm doing well. Financial, I'm not doing so hot. There's a fair few people ahead of me in financial terms. Fine. And population, population, we're definitely not doing so well. Because, yeah, loads of our towns are so damn tiny. So, in many ways, we're not, like, in a perfect situation right now. But we're still doing okay. I'm not sure why the game was saying it was that low there. That's a shame. Right, into Cairo we go. Prince Charles, this is the moment we have spent years sailing over here for. You can do this, I believe in you. Now, this chappie here, Nasser. What do we know about him? He is religiously proper. He's handsome, apparently. Very, very nice indeed. Sociable. Dysfunctional. Perfect. -1 morale for all troops on the battlefield. That will help. Anything that speeds up those guys on the walls collapsing will be just absolutely perfect. Though does... Oh, he's dauntless as well, darn it. So actually, he's got benefit to morale overall. That's a shame. Also, even better, he's also fierce in battle. Blimey, this guy's got loads of morale. Fine with blood as well. Oh, he's got flipping, like... Overall, like, +3 morale. Oh, those guys are going to fight to the last bloody man, aren't they? Right, we're going to have quite a few losses on the walls then.
Our foes are as mad as any Cossack, and as rabid as any wolf yet birthed. Care, men! Do not let them bite you!
Yeah, that was literally the entirety of the speech at the end of a crusade. Like, this is why I think the speeches pre-battle are so disappointing in Medieval 2 versus Rome Total War. Because, like, yeah... This is the end of a major event. We've gone to crusade. This is a crusading city. This is the finale of a crusade. He should be giving a big speech about how it's a crusade and saying things about the Egyptians and talking about Nasser and how his troops are like, you know, super morale. So we're going to have to fight to the last man. It's going to be hard fighting on the walls to break their defences and diddly-diddly-dee. But no, that's it. I do find the speeches in Medieval 2 disappointing. Very disappointing indeed. Right. Let's have a look-see at this here city. So yes, our first Islamic city that we've actually seen as well. They do look very, very nice indeed. And a few bits and pieces that we're going to have to, we're going to have to take that down in a second. We'll be replacing that with a good Catholic church very, very soon indeed. Right, what are we going to do here? Anything major we can do? This doesn't look that bad, to be honest. Probably... Best thing we can do is just straight up charge at the walls here. Yeah, we'll probably be alright there. Because, yeah, this is a little kind of bump here. But it's not an actual proper defense. So probably we'll be best off just... Yeah, pretty much just piling in right at the front door would not be the worst thing in the world. With, yeah, our own guys leading the charge on either side here. And then we've got some Viking raiders... over here as well, heading in this direction too. We can have more Viking raiders. Apparently, thank you comments for telling me. I didn't realise this. Yeah, in Rome Total War, then people with ladders can only walk. But apparently they can run in this game. So that's nice. It's nice that they can run. Do I want my own troops? Why would you be leading the charge? Get off the siege equipment, you. One of you, get on the ladders, please. Go on. You're here for a crusade. You can bloody well crusade. So we'll have those guys as reinforcements on that side. These guys as reinforcements on this side. That will be absolutely fine. And then, yeah, finally, we have got ourselves... Who's on this at the minute? Oh, we've just got some flipping religious fanatics. You know what? Religious fanatics can totally have the ram. That's 100% fine. In which case, yeah, I think we will actually be good to go there. So, start the battle. This is going to be hard fighting, but I think we can do it in a straight slugging match. So, start, immediately pause. Let's have a look, see where they actually are. So, unsurprisingly, they've only got... Yeah, they've got the militia there, and they've got another group of militia there. Not too surprising at all. So what we want to do really is just basically send our towers in. Once our towers get close enough, then we can start sending the ladders in at a run. So you can just go over to here. You can go over to here. You can go over to here. Ladders don't move in yet, because we may as well have them moving afterwards, and religious fanatics just start seeing if we can take down the gate. Looks like both groups of cavalry have decided that what they want to do is just hang around at the plaza back here. Once we do get through the city, it's a nice... Ooh, I like this. A nice, straight, open road, meaning that once we do get into the city, we can form a nice barricade of spearmen here, and then use my own archers to basically start picking apart the cavalry. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. So, in that all goes. The towers have started firing, so at this point we may as well have these guys going as well, and apparently you can do it at a run, which is really, really damn cool. So, you guys go over to here, at a run please, lovely, because that tower isn't even activated, so we'll get some reinforcements coming in that way. We might well lose like a couple of things to fight, because these are large stone walls, so these are relatively advanced defences, but so far, we haven't actually lost that much, which is nice, and of course these guys don't have any archers or crossbowmen on the walls, which is very, very cool indeed. So as a result, yeah, the amount of losses before we actually reach the wall shouldn't be that damn bad, and it looks like most of the fire is actually down here onto, well, it might not actually be more fire on these guys, but of course, because these guys literally have defensive 1, pretty much every attack is just killing them. But well done, guys. You came here to crusade. Enjoy your crusade. I hope you have fun. So yeah, these guys who are armoured are doing much, much better, though. These guys are apparently taking a lot more fire than these guys for whatever reason. Or these guys have just been unlucky. Right. Looks like all the towers have made it to the walls pretty much. That is pretty bloody useful. Good. And I think my rams made it in as well. Beautiful. Get in there. Knock down the door, please. And up come the ladders too. Marvellous. So my ladder lads are going to be the ones who actually get into the fight first. So that's fine. These are some nice Viking warriors. They'll be able to do a decent enough job. They'll be able to hack through these guys' armors and shield. Everything should be alright. And we've got... we've lost one tower. One tower has been lost. That's fine. So you guys get over here and follow these guys up on the ladders in that case. That's absolutely fine. So over here, and then follow these guys up. So we've lost one tower, but that's unlucky. It was almost in place, but I think we'll be doing the job nicely. Plus, the gates are going to go down pretty fast. We can charge in some cavalry if we need to. That thing's fallen over. I do like the falling over animation. The falling over animation is quite good. So you guys start climbing up. You guys just get over here. Quickly as you can, please. Go on, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. And at this point, you guys are now fighting. Good. So... these guys will do a good job taking on these Saracen militia, who are just, yeah, obviously they are militia troops, and who are running this way. Oh, they're abandoning the walls. Are they? Okay, that's nice. Well, if they want to abandon the walls, send in the flipping religious fanatics. Go on, let's throw them away. They're here to crusade. They can bloody well crusade. I've only got one bloody set of them. Right, you guys, get over here. If you can, chase these guys down. Get in there. Go on, fight, fight, fight. Go on, guys. And it looks like they've actually pretty much abandoned the walls. I think they've realised this is a lost cause. They've decided to just flipping take the walls. Right, you guys, get over here. And these guys will actually do a surprisingly competent job. Because, yeah, their attack is really, really damn high. So you'll actually notice these guys will actually take some casualties pretty bloody quickly. They're being kind of knocked down to 140, 100, and... ooh! Yep, there we are. Very nice indeed. So these guys are actually being chased off. We've chased the Egyptians off the walls already. But in comes the flipping king. That's right. Here we go. You can take on the leader. Go on, lads. This one's up to you now. I believe in you. Probably. We should probably bring up some reinforcements at this point. So, you guys, back here, bring yourselves forward. You're up to... yeah, all of you are at the back there. In you come, in you come, in you come. Let's actually take out, if we can, the general's bodyguard right now. Why not, eh? So, undo that. Everyone now seems to be in control. Yep, everyone's up on the walls. The walls are no longer firing. Everything seems to be good, in fact, yeah. Now, you move over to here to get out. No, move over to here, please. Get out of the way. You lot, actually, there's no point you really climbing the towers. You may as well just flip and head over here. Go on, then. And in comes the bodyguard. Bodyguard versus flipping religious zealots. Now, religious zealots will actually fight well and long and hard. And because they've got ridiculously high attack, and because they're actually quite numerous, they will actually inflict some decent wounds on these guys. So these guys are, I think we've already, yep, they've already managed to take out one. Like, religious zealots, for defense of one, will do a weirdly good job. They're actually really, really fun, interesting units. And I think, where's the actual... We can just actually get the king. I'd love it if the religious zealots could actually flipping win. That'd be just beautiful. Down to 96, 94. I mean, you can see they're going to collapse fast. But they've got good morale. They will stand and fight. They'll actually do good work. They've taken out 1/10 of the bodyguard strength right flipping now while we're just bombing around at the back. And in come the Crusader sergeants to back them up. Guys, get in there. Go on, lads. Everyone on the flipping bodyguard, please. Lovely. So, yes, now we've got our good proper... They're kind of backing away. Guys, no, that's not what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be kind of going in. Go in. There we are. Down to 29. 28. Go, religious zealots. Go. I believe in you. Right, let's get everyone else down off the walls, actually, for the time being. Everyone else probably just abandon the walls at this point. We don't really need you up there anymore. And, ooh, we've actually got some more militia coming in over here. Right, one of you, head round here. Take these guys out. You, get down here. You, get over here. We're going to need some people to stop these guys. Make sure they don't recapture any of the gates or anything. But if we get these guys surrounded, that should be fine. Because apparently the religious zealots can just flipping handle the general's bodyguard on their own for the most part. Well, they're down to 52. They will be worn down and they will break. But they've done some really, really impressive work as far as I'm concerned. Well done, lads. So, these guys are now going to be... Yeah, they're already wavering because they're kind of surrounded. You guys, come on. Round here, down you come, thank you. So yeah, they are now, okay, good. They're routing, and they're going to route straight into our troops, so you notice the number of captured troops going up like crazy, but that's fine because it's a city, so that doesn't really count for anything. In which case, absolutely everyone, turn your attention to the bodyguard, who is impressively steady. Oh, no, I think he's decided he doesn't want to be here anymore. And I can understand why, quite frankly. Yep, wavering, shaken. Guys, stop. We don't need any more of that right now. So, all we've got really now at this point to take out is, yeah, the missile cavalry. And some handful of... Actually, no. 139 actually managed to make it away. There is still a very strong unit right over here. So, probably we want to bring up our own archers here. We don't really want our archers to take much in the way of knocked, because we can't repair them. Bear in mind, it's going to be a while before we actually hold, like, a castle around here. Because this is a city, Alexandria is a city. We want to keep both of them as cities, because, of course, they are really, really, really good kind of big trade hubby things. So, as a result, yeah, we want... What are you doing? Who are you and where are you going? This guy over here is just going in for... You know what? If he wants to go and get these archers, you are welcome to. Spearmen versus archers. Let's see if they're going to be... Are they going to be stupid enough to do this? It would appear they are. Good. Good. Take them out. Marvellous. I was worried about the stupid flipping cavalry archers actually doing some damage to my troops. But it would appear that they've decided they just want to run straight into my spearmen. So, in that case, let's just start chopping them down. Spearmen versus flipping horse archers. Never ends well for the horse archers. Or rather, it doesn't if they decide they want to flipping engage. You see, there were certain times in which actually the really, really high morale of literally everyone worked to our advantage. And actually, the really high morale of this leader is going to work massively to our advantage. Because these guys, they are still eager. They are basically happy to keep fighting spearmen all day long. Meaning, before they break, they're going to be down to such a tiny number, it actually works to my advantage. Because I've got these guys in a favourable battle right now, and they're just going to stick in it for a while. So that's great. Now, let's get a nice, strong unit of you guys. There we are. You guys, start moving your way forward over here if you'd be so kind. Just start coming around over here. Just run forward if you'd be so kind. Let's just get some more reinforcements kind of vaguely close by as well. You guys just head over here. And let's get our flipping archers into the city as well. We've also got you guys. Lovely, you start moving forward. Because, yeah, if my spearmen over here can basically take out a very large part of the cavalry archers right here, then as a result, there's nothing over here but spearmen and heavy cavalry. very, very good targets for being shot by archers. So my archers coming in way over there, and my spearmen charging forward here. Lovely, with little... I like how they get little crusader flags. While they're on crusade, they do get little crusading flags, which is really, really cool. They carry your flag and the crusading flag too. Meanwhile, over here, these poor guys are exhausted, but they are still eager, even though they're very, very tired indeed. These guys down to 28, still flipping fighting. Yep, spearmen just stabbing some horses. Lovely, lovely, lovely. They're only at flipping shaken, even though they're taking on spearmen. They're massively outnumbered, and they're down to 27 strength. Beautiful. Well, just keep murdering them then. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Actually, you know what? Due respect to them, it would appear that when they are actually engaged in hand-to-hand combat, they do actually have little maces. They probably are actually not as bad as I'm saying in hand-to-hand combat. Because, yeah, maces generally mean that in terms of melee, they actually do have an advantage. They've finally broken. With 5 strength remaining, they have finally broken. Right, well, let's get these guys up here. Just ready to swing in from the other side, which is beautiful. By now, my archers should be more or less in position, which is good. So, archers, unit number 1 right here. And where are the rest of you guys? Come on, come on, come on. Let's get you into position, please. Lovely. And at this point, conveniently enough, they are right ready to move into position over here and potentially actually be shot over here as well. So they claim to be firing missiles. They probably are, but that's okay. We can actually fire our own missiles back as well. Fire at them. Lovely. There's our Norse archers. And my other group are... Why are you over there? Why would you be... Actually, you know what? That sort of worked. You guys come over here. Hide behind these guys. That actually works for me. Accidentally, you've done something vaguely competent. So, shoot out these guys. Now what's actually charging? You guys, you just hold your positions, please. Lovely. And now, yep, we're just going to fire in over there. Take those guys out. At this point, where's the actual... Where's their leader? I'm not sure where their leader is, but you may as well, guys, turn your fire over to... No. No. You guys, take out those guys over there. Where is the... The king has decided to take on some spearmen over here. So that's going to work out well for these guys. These guys are shaken, admittedly, but they are proper heavy spearmen. It would be embarrassing, quite frankly, if you guys actually did a worse job against the bodyguard than the flipping religious... You know what? Bring up the religious fanatics. Get them up over here. Beautiful. Right, you guys, stay here for a second. Just stop there. Don't fire at will, please. That's down to 12. You guys have got 72. You are exhausted. It's probably just mainly the tiredness penalties. Over here, meanwhile, everyone is just firing on... These guys have technically got no one to fire on right now, which is unfortunate. Aside from these 2 guys over here. I think my archers are just trying to take out these 2 guys. One of them's dead. One more to come very, very soon indeed. So that's fine. Bodyguard is still at 12. Guys, come on! I'm actually genuinely bringing up the flipping religious fanatics here. The religious fanatics can come up and help. These guys down to 129. This is going to be a slow, grinding fight between these 2 groups. I will probably win, because I believe, yeah, basically, this is militia spearmen versus actual, well, the equivalent of castle spearmen, though they are technically mercenaries. So, we will win that fight, because basically, whenever castle troops take on equivalent militia troops, the castle troops will almost always win under all circumstances. So, yep, in come the religious zealots. They're on their way, damn it. Because you're still at 12. How are you not... Okay, you know what? You guys suck, damn it. And they're wavering. They're genuinely wavering. I'm actually going to have to send my archers back a bit because I'm concerned about the possibility. These guys are about to break and my archers are going to have the flipping bastard, this guy, run into him. Right, religious zealots, it's up to you to finish off the bodyguard because you were doing so damn well before. And once they've done that, then yes, we'll be able to get behind these guys. They should break immediately at that point. In fact, actually, you know what? We've actually got some flipping scouts here. Let's get some scouts in. Oh, the king's dead. Well done. Okay, you've partly redeemed yourselves there. Partly, anyway. And they will probably, impressively, not break. Which is great. Right, in you go, religious zealots. Finish them off. You got this. Right, as we need something to get behind these guys, I'm actually going to bring my scouts in. And my scouts can basically just loop around here. They can just go around the outside. So scouts, round you come. In fact, we've just got these guys just bumming around over here. Guys, head over here, please. Thank you. And then we can just basically flank around the outside. And something will be able to get around the back of these guys. Actually, they're already wavering. They are already wavering. And probably there's not much left here. In come the religious fanatics. Come on, religious fanatics. I want these guys to win this fight, damn it. There's only flipping 4 of the bodyguards left at this point. I'm pretty sure that guy just got the kill. I'm saying that's his kill, damn it. And in they come with their pointy sticks. Go on, point them with the pointy stick like 3 at a time. These guys are actually synchronized dancers, and it did the job. These synchronized dancers are doing a much better job than professional spearmen, damn it. That's right. And they are running for it, the last bodyguard. Right. Go for it, guys. Get on the last one round here. We should have scouts coming in pretty darn soon there. No. No, that was not the route I wanted you to take. Fine, whatever. Right. Spearmen, redeem yourselves by actually taking out the last of the bodyguards over there. Religious fanatics, it's up to you to flipping close the trap on the militia spearmen, damn it. And nope, they've already broken as it turns out. Fine. So, guys, back off over here. Back off over here, in fact. Because you guys are just supposed to be holding right here. And then we can actually have ourselves... Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, just shoot them in the back. Everyone just start shooting them in the back if you can. So let's just lure them forward with another kind of round at the back. Because now they're probably going to start running away. Because they're worried about the flipping religious fanatics. So, there we are. Norse archers will do some very, very good work here. These guys will start falling apart very quickly. Lovely. Religious fanatics, hold your position. It's up to you. Hold. You can do it. We believe in you. Come on. There we go. Just hold. Hold. Damn it. Right, guys. We need you possibly now to go and support the religious fanatics. In you go. Go on, get in there. Get in there. Behind those guys. Lovely. Oh, they broke. Oh, bless you guys. You tried so flipping hard. You tried so hard. Right, bring in the Crusader Spearmen. Bring in the archers round the back as well. Lovely. We should have reinforcements coming in. Yep, we've got reinforcements right here. We've got Viking Raiders right over here as well. At this point, we can start encircling them. So you guys just form a nice line over there to get around the side of these guys. We've got Viking Raiders coming in. We can have ourselves, yep, we've got ourselves flipping archers shooting at the remaining spearmen over there. So those guys just being peppered with fire like crazy. Good, good, good. And let's just bring up the archers a little bit closer as well. You guys can just get up here. And in fact, actually, I think we've got... Ooh! You know what, archers? This one's yours, apparently. The king has rather cleverly actually spotted... Oh, look at that! Look at that! One person charged into my archers and did 10 casualties with one flipping charge. That is how good a flipping cavalry charge is, if you had any doubt. Like, a single charge, 10 went down. And then the follow-up, he's managing to kill... He's killed another 5 with his sword before they actually managed to kill him, even though he's surrounded. That's how ridiculous cavalry are in this game. Right, how are we doing over here, by the way? We are doing... These guys apparently just don't want to do anything. Alright, fine. If they don't want to do anything, we'll just shoot them with arrows, whatever. Down to 90... Guys! Come on, someone needs to be able to send the horses. Send the bloody horses. Someone go and flipping help out that one guy. No, not via that route. Actually, you know what? You probably can pull it off. It's fine. You can probably just charge straight past. It's alright. Oh, good. I think they finally managed to kill him. Well done. At a cost of, I think, like, yeah, what was that? 35, 45 odd archers to take out a single heavy cavalryman. Ridiculous. Right, you guys now are just being torn apart. Lovely. In fact, weirdly, I think they're trying to go and take out the archers too. Which they're welcome to try and do. I don't think they'll do a very good job of it, to be honest. But, yeah, you know what? If they want to go for it, you guys, go forward. Start shooting them in the other direction, too. Let's shoot them from all sides. In fact, actually, I think they're finally ready. They're finally ready for their final heroic last charge. Viking Raiders, go and take them out. You guys, stop firing, please. And you guys just surround them to make sure we've got them on all sides there. In we come. Yep, in come the archers. Round here you go, lads. And it is indeed, here we are, Vikings on crusade. Vikings invading the Middle East. Go, go, Denmark. And they are going to flipping finish off the bastard Egyptians. Nice and quick and easy. Those axes making short work of spearmen. Lovely. Guys, get in here, please. Just make sure they're properly surrounded. Finish them off. And I would have these archers get some revenge on the Egyptians, but to be honest, there's only 4 left, and I'd probably do way more damage to my own troops than to anyone else, so it's probably not really worth it. And the last one goes down.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
And there we are. Cairo has fallen to us. Magnificent. Well done there. So, you know what? We took a fair few losses, but I'd say for a large city siege, that actually went pretty damn smoothly, all things considered. Let's have a look, see who actually did the best work there. Viking Raiders did some excellent work there. I think those were the guys that took out, underneath the walls, that first group of Saracen militia that actually broke. So good work there. Crusader Sergeants, you did good work as well. That'll be mainly taking out the cavalry archers, so you did great work there as well. Yeah. Good work all round, and indeed we have a few, but not a huge amount of flipping casualties healed. Mainly the religious fanatics, those would be those that died going up to the walls. But now something else happens. which is one, of course. The crusade has just actually been one, naturally, so we just move in, we take Cairo. Unfortunately, there's basically nothing you can do on your first crusade other than exterminate the population. You have to do it. There's just no option. Like, sacking would be lovely, because it would be worth a very, very large amount of money, but we need to murder the population because the religious unrest here is going to be ridiculous because it's 0% Catholic and the distance to capital is huge. And there's a very good chance it hasn't been properly, like, invested in by the AI. So, for example, squalor might be high as well. In general, we have to exterminate them, which is unfortunate, but it's just, like, necessary. Like, in the Second Crusade, when you've got your infrastructure set up a bit more and your economy's fine, you could send, like, a load of priests ahead of time to partly convert an area to Catholicism, thus preparing your arrival. So doing a crusade that ends in actual occupation would be lovely, but no, we're going to have to be a bit historically accurate here. The crusade has to end in an absolute flipping slaughter. So, 12,000 dead, but 9,000 florins to be got out of that. And we're going to be needing those florins, unfortunately, because, as you probably may have guessed, we're no longer on crusade. So these troops are now expected to be paid going forward. So our economy is about to flipping crash. Also, a whole bunch of stuff's just happened. A successful crusade! Huzzah! So as a result, the Pope has actually also gifted me some money. The Pope's given me, all the units that went on crusade get the experience bonus. They all get a little chevron of experience. The Pope's just gifted me 2,000 florins as well, which is beautiful. So, yep, every single one of these guys is now better than they used to be. Trait decrease, of course. Ooh, Prince Charles the Crusader. Ooh, Prince Charles the Crusader. He's got a little epithet now. Resistance is futile. I know, it's very sad we have to do that. Relations with the Papal States are now perfect. Yes, indeed, they are. Go over to the Pope. The Pope now, oh, yes. Now the Pope loves us. Now, that's useful, of course, because that means we can do some stuff the Pope doesn't like, say, waging a war against some people the Pope wouldn't like us to wage war against, and the Pope will just kind of overlook it a little bit because he loves us so much elsewhere. Basically, this is just, some favour with the Pope that we've banked up that we can use later if need be. Now, what have we just picked up? Because probably a whole bunch of stuff's just happened. So, retinue is expanded. So, Steve Stenger has picked up a Templar Knight for +1 Chivalry, +1 Command. And another Knight as well for another Chivalry in Command. Lovely. And Steve Stenger is also Noble in Rule, +2 Chivalry. Prince Charles the Conqueror has picked up a Templar Knight as well. Has he also picked up? Yep, he's also picked up the 2 Knights. And Prince Charles has also picked up the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, interesting. That's not guaranteed. That's just a chance that he's got that, because I've definitely done Crusades where that has not happened before. So he's just picked up the Ark of the Covenant, which unfortunately gives him +2 Dread, which I didn't really want him to have, but never mind. Luckily, because it's an item, he can actually pass that off to someone else, which is good. So, he's just got the Ark of the Covenant now. +2 Dread. So if I actually got rid of that, he'd actually be up to Chivalry 6 right now, which would be lovely. And of course, he gets the trait Grand Crusader for +3 Chivalry, +3 Piety, +3 Command when fighting against Muslims. So that's a very, very good trait to have. But yeah, basically the game gifts you loads of Chivalry. Because yeah, both of these guys got the Knight, so that's +2 Chivalry off that. And of course, Grand Crusader is another +3. Meanwhile, Steve Stenger... Oh, Steve Stenger is up to flipping 8 out of 10 because he's not carrying around the Ark of the Covenant and melting off his enemies' faces with it, for goodness sake. Right, good old Steve Stenger, who's of course also a Grand Crusader. This is why it's worth, potentially, sending over, multiple generals on a crusade, because generals that go on crusade end up so damn good. Steve Stenger is now arguably probably the best general in our entire... Actually, we've got some really good generals. We've been really lucky, because in Medieval 2, you can end up with some really crappy generals really, really easily, because it's relatively hard to train them, in my experience anyway, because it's much more predictable, so you need to do actions to get traits, rather than in Rome, where you can just get really lucky with genetics and just end up with amazing people like Julianus Vatinius. Whereas in Medieval 2, you kind of need to train people to be good. So we've actually got a really good selection of guys here. We've been pretty damn lucky. So Steve Stenger is now looking amazing. And Cairo is looking fine for now. Public order's really, really damn high. But of course, the problem actually is minus 100% of flipping Islam. However, we have other advantages. Thanks to the fact that we're being governed by ridiculously chivalrous people, of course. The governor's influence is plus 40%. Triumph, 30%. The population is booming because we killed everyone, plus 25%. Health at 5%. And fear, I think that's because we did the extermination, I'd assume. And fear at 25%. So, for the moment at least, everything's under control. but it's going to start getting out of hand quickly, because population is growing at 6.5%, even with very high tax rate. So as a result, that population boom is going to fade away, squalor's going to go up, the triumph is going to wear off. In general, we need to get this place Catholic as quickly as possible. So we need to start investing immediately in flipping churches and priests. This place needs to be flipping swimming in churches and priests. Also, while we're literally right here, Steve Stenger, Steve Stenger has naturally just taken over flipping Cairo. Prince Charles doesn't do that. It's flipping Steve Stenger's job to go and do it. Right, Prince Charles the Crusader, I think, needs to get some more flipping experience yet. So, let's go and take out these guys over here. Because these guys over here, very bloody conveniently, have... Ooh, okay, that's a diplomat, not a preacher. Good. Yeah, Prince Charles needs as much experience as possible. And he will totally go and take Alexandria next. And that arguably might be even flipping tough to take. Looks like the armies there's a bit bigger. And, of course, we need to leave behind enough troops to keep Cairo secure. So... like, we need more troops as soon as possible, and it's going to be a while before we can even train more troops here, because the place has just been taken over, so it's going to be a while before we can train anyone. So as a result, probably the best thing we can do is, you know what? We can train a merchant and a diplomat. Let's get a merchant and a diplomat out and about in this part of the world as soon as possible, because at some point fairly soon, after we've taken Alexandria too, we're probably going to be wanting to have peace with the Egyptians. Though actually, we might want to take Gaza first. We might want Gaza first, because then we'll have a nice big castle here. In fact, actually, yeah, that's an upgraded castle. Very, very nice indeed, coming with upgraded stables, a proper nice practice range. Yeah. It would be nice to go and take Gaza, and then probably we could draw a line in the sand and say, let's actually try and make peace if we can. But we don't have to worry about that yet. Instead, first, good old Charles the Crusader needs to take out a large part of his army and take out this siege equipment, because on its own, it is ludicrously vulnerable. So we can indeed get over to them this turn. That's marvellously good news. So just take this army. Let's ride them down. So what have we got of it? You're way over there. Bloody hell. Right. Well, let's just walk through the desert sun to go and get you then, I guess. So yes, what we are indeed looking at here is nothing but flipping catapults and whatever. Which is hilarious. So what we really need to do at this point is just charge them with everything as quickly as bloody possible. I'm going to send my scouts around to kind of draw the fire, because my scouts are relatively not as yet. They're going to try and target us. But yeah, the thing is, because they struggle to turn, they're slow to turn. If I just send my scouts around the outside of them, they'll kind of confuse them, and they might not even fire once this whole fight, which would be nice. So let's just bring my king up and around too. Get my scouts nearby just to toy with them a little bit. Just keep the scouts close by. They should hopefully have skirmish mode on, meaning as I get close to them, they'll kind of not be sure what to do. But yeah, at this point, they're not even actually firing, meaning my infantry can just close the gap. Then we just encircle them with cavalry and infantry. This whole thing ends pretty quickly, because yeah, the game is claiming they're now trying to fire, which they might well be, because they're now trying to target my infantry. But I can basically just stop them doing that by just slamming into the rear of them with my own cavalry, which will just buy my own guys enough time to basically get in. So I can basically now just get on top of like multiple one of these simultaneously and just stop them firing. And now I can just get my scouts back out of there again, because I've interrupted the firing sequence, meaning that as a result, they now need to, if they want to fire again, they need to, like, you know, go up to this thing, pull this thing back, diddly-diddly-dee. So just basically, it slows them down sufficiently that basically they won't get a single shot off, and now my infantry's pretty much closed the gap. So now, as a result, I think they've abandoned the equipment. Are they actually pursuing, or are they trying to... I think they're trying to flee, which is kind of weird, because I'm not really sure where they're planning to flee to. So you guys, get over here. We'll just slam into these guys. Yeah, at this point, they've lost their equipment. My king can just come over here. He's got flipping silver chevron experience at this point. You guys come over here. They're starting to break, and we might have a mass rout situation on our hands. Yep, 2 breaks. Everyone round here. 3 breaks, and soon to be 4. And these guys will all pretty much collapse immediately. Lovely. These guys are actually fighting to the death. Now, let's continue the battle and just quickly mop up these guys, because I've actually got my scouts, so we may as well make sure we mop up all of them. There we are. Their leader goes down as well, and now we can just finish wrapping them up. And scouts are just so damn good at capturing units. Lovely. That should be the last one. Now, this is probably, in fact, actually, I believe this is the first battle we've actually fought on the field versus an actual faction. And that means something interesting now happens. Because, of course, technically, 200 men have been lost, the entire army. 100 of them have been killed. 100 more, however, have been captured. Up to now, because we've been taking a lot of rebels, that hasn't mattered. That starts mattering. So all of a sudden, we've actually got ourselves a choice of what to do with these prisoners of war. If we simply want to get rid of them, we can execute them. Naturally, that leads to some increase in dread. We can just release them if we want to be merciful. And if we want to, we can ransom them for 1,200. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I believe if the enemy will pay, then as a result they are released. And I believe that is... I think that's karma neutral, whereas if they can't pay, or they refuse to pay even if they could pay, then basically the game says, oh, you execute them anyway, so as a result you still pick up dread. So what I'm going to do is, as I want my guys to be trained in chivalry, I am going to release them. Also, it's quite fun because you hover over the button, you actually get voice samples.
Yes, you have honor, we see. No, do not do this. Yes, both noble and wise. A wise and fair choice, to be sure.
So yes, they actually are pleading for their lives while you're making the decision, which is quite good. Now, I want this guy to be trained in flipping chivalry. So I am going to release them. And they have been released. And that means even though they ran out of movement points previously, they now basically get to skirt out of this territory. And that, of course, means we get feels appreciated. So basically you get positive traits for that. Unfortunately, on this occasion, yeah, we didn't actually pick up anything positive related to chivalry, because he's already pretty bloody chivalrous. But yeah, that is a very, very good way you can either make money if you're willing to risk picking up some dread, or indeed by getting chivalry for new generals, which is really, really damn good. Now, using some of this money, by the way, I'm actually going to buy myself some Sudanese tribesmen, because we need more troops in a flipping hurry, quite frankly. Now, let's also get this guy over here and throw up a watchtower. Lovely. Now, we know over here, our nearest neighbours are, in fact, the Sicilians, and when I say nearest neighbours, they're over here. So we don't have to worry too much about them. They're a very, very long way away. That's alright. But yeah, it would be nice to actually get some more things going on. Because while Cairo is a very big region, you can see there is, in fact, a new area down here. I don't know whether that's Egyptian yet. It might be Egyptian or it might be rebel. We'll send someone down there to investigate in time. But yeah, there's another city. Just like in Rome Total War, there's another city buried down here. So we're going to have a little look-see at that in time. But next up on my list of things to do, yeah, I would say Alexandria is pretty high up the list. But first, we need to get ourselves sorted out with Cairo. Get some priests going on, get some churches going on, sort out this city in general. In fact, if anybody wants anything expensive, now's the time to ask me, because I'm feeling very, very flush. Ooh, Peasantville, perfect. Oh, go on then, have yourself some communal farming. Let's get that growth going up and up and up. So you probably think we're doing pretty well right now, just sitting with an extra 7,500 in the bank. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, next turn, there's a bit of a surprise waiting for us, unfortunately. Let's just end this turn right now. Ah, yes, indeed, our spy is continuing his journey. Heading over there to spy on the French and the English. Lovely. And the Imperials keep having their arse handed to them by that one little crappy rebel army that's still flipping just squatting in the middle of their road. Marvellous. And they're finally sending a bigger force to take care of that. Oh, but Imperial force heading north. And also heading north. Ah, but it just went rebel. Good. That's marvellous. And at this point, the Russians are literally walking through the countryside to avoid a rebel army rather than taking it on themselves. Beautiful. And an Egyptian diplomat's coming in. Might want to have a chat with us. Fine. Ooh, nice. The Egyptian fleet did not take out our fleet. Well, that's better and better, because that there was a mission. Now, can't help but notice the Polish keep sending troops over to the east. They seem to be expanding eastward. Now, that's interesting, because that's going to bring them into conflict pretty soon with... Ooh, they didn't take out my fleet. Marvellous. And we've got ourselves... Ah! Cecile has come of age. Okay, we've got ourselves a new princess going on here. Very, very nice indeed. So, good old Scapti of Anne's, whatever that is exactly. He's okay, but nothing spectacular. Fine. And we've got... Ah! In Cairo, a Thieves' Guild has become available. I'm not sure what the trigger for that is, to be honest. But basically it means spies trained in Cairo would be very, very good indeed. I'm going to say no to that, because I would like the Religious Guild in Cairo, so the priests trained there are better. So I'm going to decline that, and then as a result we might actually get ourselves a new guild afterwards. And the most advanced faction in the world has just moved over to us. Marvellous. Our relationship with Russia is very... That is not my fault. It is not my fault. They're squatting in my flipping territory, alright? Also, didn't you used to have a... You used to have a general? I can't remember whether you used to have a general. If you did, it's dead now. And Steve Stenger has just become flipping chivalrous in rule. Ooh, +1 authority. Steve Stenger, how would you potentially feel about being factionaire one day? Because you're up to 9 out of 10. Steve Stenger is a true champion of honour and virtue, revered even by his enemies. And as a result... Oh, Cairo. Cairo gets ridiculous bonuses. The growth rate is at +7.5%, 4.5% of which is the governor's influence. 45% into public order. Oh, that's lovely. And indeed, the very first Catholic has been... Possibly it's just the priest himself. Who bloody knows, eh? It might be the priest himself. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have got ourselves Cairo secured, but we have got a lot more to do down here in the Middle East, and that's going to get dicey very, very quickly if we are not careful. Together with a whole bunch of stuff we could do up here in the north, because I can't help but notice, yes indeed, the bloody Russians apparently hate us at this point. So, at some point, we might want to go and... do something to them. We'll have to see about whether maybe Russia would be a good next target, especially as Poland seems to be going that direction. Poland might be on board for a Russian war as well. So Denmark and Poland taking on Russia together soon. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way. Otherwise, they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech, though mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.